Welcome back to Flat Tires and Baling Wires. Your host, Baling Wire. So, in this video, we're going to be working on this engine for the rat rod. So let me tell you a little bit about this engine. This engine is a 350 small block, bored 30 over. It's got a little bit of a cam in it. And that's really it right now. It does have a Edelbrock intake on it. I don't remember which one. I don't remember if it's a Performer or what it is. And then it's got that 650 Holley that I put on it to get it running on its run stand. And it's got an Excel distributor. I built it, well, I didn't, actually I did. I built this engine years ago. I had some work done to it years ago, and it's been sitting for a long time. But I told you guys when we got this engine running that in one of the videos coming up, I was going to do some work to this engine. Well, the oil pan's leaking on it a little bit, and so I need to take it off of this stand, and I'm going to put it on a regular engine stand and do some other work to it, because we got some stuff coming up with this engine in this video, and I don't want to spoil it. But we're going to be adding some vroom vroom, and we're going to be adding some bling bling. Give me just a minute and I'll give you just a little hint. Rum, rum, rum. So that's what we got going on. I'll do a little quick walk around on this thing, just real quick, and we'll get with it. Okay, it's going to be real quick. So here's an overview of this engine. Just a pretty much run-of-the-mill small block Chevy. Like I said, it is bored 30 over. It does have a bit of a cam in it, and it's got that Excel distributor. So I'm going to go ahead and I want to take the exhaust manifolds off of it, because I put these, I think I'm going to go ahead and keep these ram horns and run them on this, but I need to replace the studs in them. Some of them are bent, broke, and it's still got this choke or heat riser in there. I want to get rid of that. And I'm going to put, like I said, the oil pan's leaking a little bit, so we're going to work on that. And the rest of it I don't want to spoil, so we'll get going on this, and we're going to start taking this thing down. And then we'll mount it back on this cart. We're on this run stand. We'll mount it back on this run stand, and we'll see what our modifications are going to do to it. But that's what we're up to. We're going to take it off of this stand. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the manifolds, the exhaust manifolds off of it now. I may tear down a lot of it right here on this stand, and then before I put it on the other engine stand and turn it upside down. But that's what we're up to, so stay tuned. All right, well, I'm going to start over here on this side. I got you guys, well, I'll bring it down here where you can see me, but I got you guys sitting on my tool cart and grab my tools out of. So I'm going to start on this side, nothing really spectacular. I'm going to take the alternator off. I'm going to take this exhaust manifold off. I'm going to go ahead and pull these plug wires. I'm going to go ahead and take these spark plugs out because when I put this back together this next time, I'm putting new spark plugs in it. These were actually the ones that were in it, minus two that I had robbed out of here some time ago for another project. They were Excel shorties because I had headers on this engine at one time, but I probably won't need them once with this setup. But I'm going to start on this side. I'm going to get with it. So I'm getting ready to pull everything off the top of this engine, and I want to take a minute to talk about something. So I'm getting ready to pull this distributor out of here, and I want to show you something. So about a week ago, maybe two, I went to my Snap-on dealer at work, and I told him, I said, can you still get the old-fashioned distributor wrenches? Oh, he looked and looked and looked and looked on his truck, and he had one that was a 10 millimeter. And I'm not for sure if that who knows, probably something in the 80s. But I said, no, I need one 9/16. Because what I've been using for a long time, and I had one of these at one time. I don't know where it went. So this is the good Snap-on wrench. It's one piece. See, it's got a good handle on it, a good angle. Here is a cheap piece of junk that you get at the parts store. And I've got a bunch of these. And when we were on Power Tour last year, I used one of these a lot because we timed that big block I don't know how many times. And it kept coming apart and all kinds of jazz. So this, throw it away. Go see your Snap-on man and get one of these. This is a distributor wrench. And this is the cat's meow. This is what you need. Look at that. No problem. No twisting around, none of that garbage. And I was so happy that he found some of these. I don't remember how much they were. They were a little pricey. But I said, give me 3 of them. So I've got one over there in the toolbox. Well, actually, all 3 of them are over there in the toolbox right now. But when I start going around this summer, I'm going to make sure all these rigs have one of these in there, because this is probably one of my favorite tools. I love this thing. It's easy to use. If you don't have one, get one. Now, I did have somebody tell me, look on eBay, because people are selling them used on eBay all the time. Well, and that was fine, but he was able to get me these, and so I got me 3 of them right here. Snap-on distributor wrench, 9/16. All right, well, we got it loosened up. Let's take that off there. All right. Let's come over here. Let's unplug it. Plug the power to it. We got a vacuum. Get that unplugged. All right, should be it. Let's get it all unwrapped from all these wires. All right, here we go. All right, there we are. One Excel distributor. All right, I'm going to put you back on time lapse because now I'm going to take this carburetor off, and I'm going to take this oil, the oil gauge supply line. I'm going to take it off, and I'll probably bring you guys back in a little bit after I get some of that off, but I'll put you on time lapse. So now I'm going to take this intake off of here. And no, it's not leaking. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing going on. But it has to be replaced for our plan of going forward. And you guys will see why. But let me get all the bolts out of it, and then I'll bring you back in here. And I may put you up on this stand, up on that tool tray up there, and while I'm pulling it off. So if there's any surprises in there, you guys see them at the same time as I do. Okay. So I got all the bolts off of this intake. So let's take this intake off. And like I said, This is the first time this intake's been off of here for many years. So if there's any surprises in there, you guys are going to see it just as soon as I do. So here, let's go. Oh, it's coming off there easy. Okay. There we go. All right, I haven't had a real good look. You guys see anything in there? Anything not good? If there is, now's the time to speak up. Well, let's look. Dang, no. Looks good. Looks really clean in there. Man, I have been really happy with the way this engine's going. I'm really happy. This has been great. We dropped a couple pieces of dirt down in there. But you guys are looking at it the same as I am. Looks good. Everything looks good in there. I can pretty much turn all of them with my fingers. That one I can turn. No, it wasn't that one. It was this one. Yeah, but I think they're all right. So, I think I'm going to have to call it a night. So far, all this looks really good. And here in a bit, you guys will understand why I took this intake off. Because we've got bigger and better things going on. But that's where we're at, and I'll start again tomorrow. All right, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, well, I'm getting ready to transplant this engine to a regular engine stand so I can work on it. And I'll bring you in and show you what we got going on with this engine. Nothing major as far as wrong with it, but there is something that I have to fix before I put all the goodies on here, the bling bling and the go-go. So let me get this on the regular engine stand. All right, I've got this thing turned upside down. I need to take the oil pan off because this oil pan is leaking a little bit. I'm pretty sure I don't know if it's the rear main or if it's just around the oil pan itself, because it's leaking there and it's leaking here. I know it's leaking in the front. The crank seal on the timing cover is not leaking, but it is leaking right around here. And I think it's the same there. I'm hoping it's the case, but I may not have to put a rear main in it. So let's get this oil pan off. Well, I think that the guy before me put some sticky on him. All right, hold on, I'll be back. Ooh, yeah. It's definitely got something sticky on there. Not sure what to use, but ooh, yeah. They use some kind of stickum on there. Oh, dang it. Go, pop. Did you hear that? Oh, come on. All right, come on to the side. got some sticky stick 'em on there. Well, everything was good in there. All right, let me bring in here. Okay, well, here's a closer look. So this is a 2-bolt main block. Everything in here looks really good. It's definitely been leaking here. Now in the back, I don't think it's been leaking here. I'm pretty sure it's been leaking inside there. We'll have to push that other seal through there. I did see one problem though. This sump right here, I had already pulled that out, but I'm gonna pull it back out here so I can show you guys. That was somebody's silicone. That's one reason why you want to kind of be careful with that stuff. I think there's even a little more in there. Yep, there sure is, right in there. I don't know if you all can see it, but there's some right in there. All right, well, I'm going to work on getting this cleaned up. I'll have to take that that back bearing cap off and the oil pump. There's our oil pan. That all looks pretty good. But that's what we're doing. So let me get that off and we'll look some more. All right, so I decided to go ahead and reseal all this. I went in and took the front cover off, got it all taped up. Now the only thing I've got left to do before I put the oil pan on, just take this rear cap off. So I'm taking the very rear main cap off so I can get in here and put new seals in it, and I'll push it in. And for those of you that don't know, I'll show you what that means. That means by pushing it in. I'm hoping I can get to that without having to pull off the oil pump, because I don't know if I've got, I really don't know if I've got a oil pump gasket. Oh, you know what? I think I've got one at kit. Yeah, I think we're right. One oil pump. Okay. There we go. This is going to tell all. Man, everything so far has looked really good in this engine. And I'll bring you guys in here once I get this cap off of here. See what this looks like. Let me get a rubber hammer. This is all looking good. Let me bring you in here. Look at that. All that looks really nice. This seal right here is what we're replacing. You can see that seal right there. This seal and the one that's down inside there. I'll show you guys here in just a second. Okay, right there is the top of the main seal, which it is 2 pieces. If I can get this out of here. There's your top piece. And there's your bottom piece inside there. I'm going to get something, and actually I'm going to get you guys on a stand, but I should be able to just push that down a little bit and then pull that out. Then we'll put the new one in. Okay, I think I got you all in there where you can see. So just the purpose so you guys can see, I'm actually going to push it down here and come up this way. Here we go. There it is. Yeah, I don't think maybe that was leaking. I think it was just our pan, but we're changing it anyway. Okay. I don't know if we're going to need this, but we'll try it. It says this is a shoehorn. Well, I really don't know if it helped any to get it started, but okay, there is a reason why I want to go ahead and pull this back out. Okay. Just double checking. All right. All right, there's that side of that. Let me get this cleaned up, and then we'll get the cap back on. All right, here we go. Boy, it's raining like heck outside. I'm gonna put just a tiny bit of silicone where those two overlap. All right. We're gonna put the main cap back on. Right, let me get okay. Get that part done. Now, our bolts, I'm gonna put just a little bit of oil. I'll go over here. A little bit of oil on the threads. And then we're going to torque them down to 70 foot-pounds. That's what the specs call for. And then we'll put the oil pump back on. All right, we got a torque wrench. All right, here's the torque wrench. Do this kind of even. Let's see. Boy, it's starting to rain pretty good. Well, it should be 70 foot-pounds. All right, let's get the electronic doodad out and see what it says. All right, we got the fancy dancy high dollar tech wrench out here. See what it says. Well, by golly, I think that's it. All right, we went just a tad over. Check this one. 71.4. $70.2. There we go. All right, that part's done. All right, let's get this pan on here. That looks right. This feels a little funny. All right, let's get the bolt started. Okay. All right, I got everything like it's supposed to be. I'll put the goop where the goop needs to be. All right. Now, there's our oil pan. I think I'm gonna give the oil pan a little goop here and there too. Hang on a second. Okay. Well, it's Sunday night, and usually on Sunday nights I'm out here doing stuff and listening to Nobodies. I got the Nobodies show back there in the background playing. So I'm getting ready to put the intake on this thing. I've got the water pump, the balancer, the oil pan. I got all that stuff back on there. I don't think you guys really want to see that. So here is our intake gaskets. And I know that 100 other people have told you this, but these little rubber gaskets, they go here on what they call the China wall. See if I can even get this on there the right way. Is that a way? No, ain't that a way. There. There. That's how that would go on. So, you know what you do with these? I know everybody else told you that, but you throw them away. And what you do is you just put a nice bead of silicone on here. And that's what we're getting ready to do right now. Somebody just won something on the Nobodies. Okay, so what you want is you want about a 1/4 inch bead. And I'm also going to put a little bit around these water ports on the heads for the intake. So let's get started. Okay, do we open it, Steve? That's probably way too much, but I'd rather it not leak. Put a little bit around here. Okay, we're gonna go a little bit right here. A little bit right here. All right, I'm gonna put another bead on this other wall, then I'm gonna get to our intake in here. We get our intake in here, you guys will see what this is all about.
I'm waiting for it to come through and shipping them together, Kenny, so here we go.
I think my 1/4 inch bead's more like about 3/8.
These are always nice and shiny.
All right.
Latin Gold, 1968.
All right, let me go
4291.
get the intake, and you'll see what's going on here.
Yeah, good looking piece.
We got a little something going on with the intake.
All right, congratulations, Steve.
All right, let me get a rag. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit.
Better write it up so I can remember what it is. Okay.
Oh, that ain't bad. Okay, here we go. Here comes our intake.
Sounds Clark, glad you were here. So it is Monday afternoon there, right? Am I correct? You guys are a day ahead of us? Down under?
Okay.
Okay.
There's our intake. All right, let me get some bolts in it. I'll bring you guys right back. Okay, we'll let you all get a closer look. And no, you're not seeing double. That is a dual carb intake. That's what I'm going to run on this rat rod. But I'm not done. I got some other stuff I'm going to add. Some other wow factor stuff. And it's going to be a little goofy. But I dig it. So let me get some studs in this intake. I'll show you what else we got to put on here. Okay, so here's what we got. Look here. Got us a little velocity action going on here. What do you think about that? But guess what? We're not done yet. What do you guys think about that? Let me get you in here. So yes, I know that's a little ridiculous. And really what I wanted to do was I wanted to make some of them of my own. But I didn't have time to get all that done because I want them a little taller. The tallest ones I could buy is 4-inch. These 2-inch spacers, I've had them for a long time. I've always planned on putting them 2 inches on there. But I wanted to make my own. But that's what we're going to have. We're going to have 6 inches of spacer on there. I want them carburetors sitting up here. But that's what we got going on. Let me get this stuff bolted on here. I'll put you guys on time lapse. Well, I've got the carbs on this contraption and I've got my linkage hooked up. Let me show you guys this linkage. This linkage I got from Eldbrock. This connects the two throttles together. These springs. They're all hitting back on the idle screws. Bam, bam, bam. We'll see what this is like. I think I'm going to call it a night and hit it again in the morning. It's starting to get late. I need to get in and get cleaned up and go to bed. But carbs are on it. I think I'm going to put the rest of this together on the run stand. I think I'm going to get ready to mount this to the run stand. I think the rest of it I'll put on the run stand. So what we've got here is we've got two 500 CFM Edelbrock carburetors. Edelbrock dual carb intake. And then I've got those two 4-inch spacers that I got from Speedway. And then I've got two 2-inch spacers that I got from a swap meet. So that's what we got. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to get this on the run stand. And I think we'll put the rest of it together on the run stand. That's what's going on, boy. This thing, it's going to look ridiculous, but that's what I wanted. I do have a hat to put on it. I think I cleaned the rest of the block up and painted it, and I think I'll go ahead and clean the valve covers back up again. And, oh, I don't know. I may go ahead and stab your distributor while it's on this stand. I may go ahead and do that. But that's going to have to be in the morning because it's getting too late. All right. I'll see you all in the morning. All right. I got this mounted on here. I don't have any fuel system hookup to it yet. I don't have the exhaust manifolds on it. I had to re-stab the distributor. I didn't think you guys wanted to see all that boring stuff, so I've got it mounted on there. I think I've got it ready to go. I'm gonna give it just a little shot of gas to see if I at least can get it to fire off. Oh, we had fire! I don't know about firing off, but that was fire! Hey, this old boy may run again. One more time. All right, well, I got to get some fuel set up to it. Let me shut the fan off. I got to get a fuel system set up on it, and I'll probably have to twiddle with the timing a little bit, but it fires. I did try to fire it on just a little bit of brake clean earlier, and that's when I found out that my timing was 180 off. You know what? Let me try to start that one more time. I need to check one more thing. Oil pressure, I think, is pretty easy. Our oil pressure's up there, but I don't think it's running across it enough to tell. That's about a little over 25. Yeah, it's getting late. We'll quit messing with it for tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, let me get you in here a little closer. So I lied to you. I went ahead and put the exhaust manifolds on. I hooked up the fuel system, put what little gas I had in there, and let's fire it up. Well, it runs. I think I need to do some tuning, some timing. Looks like my gas fitting up there is leaking a little bit. All right, hold tight. height. So there it is. I'll put the hat on there real quick for you so you guys can see it. All right. So there it is with the hat on it. What do you think? I think it's kind of over the top, which is all right because that's what I want for that rat rod. But I got some tuning to do. It runs. And, you know, I got to tune in carburetors a little bit. It's a little rich, I think. But that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and close this one out. Everybody, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And just remember your host, Balin Wire, on flat tires and Balin wires. Thanks for watching, everybody. Okay, well, this is the next day. I already did film the closing late at night. It was like 2 or 3 in the morning. But I did a little more tuning. I did get some more antifreeze. And I'll put a little more gas in the tank. But let's fire it up again one more time. And I've got the hat on there. And I went ahead and I've got the rod pretty much ready to go. I pretty much got all this ready to go. I got to do a little bit of tweaking to it. But I've even done some tuning on it. So let's see if it starts right up.